Now, on today's video, we are going to just learn about the Iran-Israel tension, how this is happening, and how the Middle East is becoming the new graveyard. I think most of the war usually occurs in Middle East and on African continent also, but at the present time, most of the Israel Hamas, then the war between now Iran and Israel also, then past Iraq and Iran also, Kuwait also, Yemen also, and these most of on the Muslim country war used to occur. Okay, now we are going to just discuss about this. Okay, now generally the tension between Iran and Israel is one of the most serious and long-lasting rivalry in the Middle East. Okay, although these two countries do not share their border, but their political and military like ideological also they are based on a very different ideological. One is like the liberalized and another one is just like autocratic. Okay, Iran is autocratic but Israel is liberalized, and it has quite capitalized its economy also, which has created the political instability all across the region also. And this instability was based on the ideological, then the security concern also, then maintaining the regional power or the supremacy means Iran means that the Israel is the only country in the Middle East which has the nuclear weapon or the nuclear warhead. But at the present time, Iran is also trying to prepare for that, and Iran is trying to making the nuclear weapon by the support of China and Russia. China helped Pakistan also to develop the nuclear weapon after the Pakistan lost war against India. Okay, and then the Bangladesh become the separate country. I think you heard about this also, and on further video will explain about this. Now, fundamental belief, you are familiar that Iran is the Muslim, basically it has a very high strict Muslim laws also, but yeah, Israel is the Jewish country. Okay, and most of the people are Jewish. And Israel, the land was given by the United States. They have recognized on UN, so that Israel became the separate country. But in the past year, there was no existence of Israel. Also, security reason also, both region receive or perceive security threat from each other, because they are both capable on military also, and um, they are economically advanced, and they have highly qualified workforce also. The nuclear arm, I have already discussed about this. Israel has a nuclear arm and nuclear warhead, but Iran don't. And but at the present time, Iran is also preparing to make nuclear warhead. I think yesterday there was a negotiation between them, but I think negotiation failed. Then I think Israel and United States attack on Iran. Okay, and now history also before 1979, there was the normal relation between the Iran and Israel, but the post revolution or the Islamic revolution adopted the entry Israel. I think there was Islamic revolution occurred at that time frame, so that they stand against the United States, but at the past they have freedom. Most of the people used to walk freely on the street of Iran, but at the present that situation isn't. There is the strict Islamic rules and law, and most of the people they have to obey that rules and law. So there was the ideological bias also. So diplomatic relation between them was between this country have completely ended, and hostility has increased also, because Iran leadership rejected that the Israel legitimacy, and Iran supported the Palestine. So that the land given to the Israel was occupied, or these Jews occupied, or they bought the lands from Palestinian people on the cheap, and they established their country name as Israel. So Iran supported Palestine as a Muslim nation, but Israel became its enemy also. Now, since that diplomatic relation between the country has now changed also. Now, ideological conflict, I think I already showed and I already told you about this also. Now, here also, Iran, Iran wasn't supported by the Western allies or Western-backed state, and the Western nation usually criticize the uh, policy of Iran also, and towards Palestine also they are against the Palestine. On the other hand, Iran government is in threat because it is quite good economical power on that region, and they have very hard opposition against the Western nation, so that uh, their rivalry or the conflict was increased in between them also. Now, another reason is that a proxy influence also. Iran usually support the armed group that act as an opposite to Israel. Like Iran provide the financial and military assistance to the groups such as Hezbollah. I think you all are familiar with that. Hezbollah, then Hamas also. Hamas in Gaza. Okay, they are fighting against the Israeli aggression also. These two group have fought multiple conflict with Iran also, and these two group found multiple conflict with Israel, and Israel viewed the Iran support for this organization as a direct security threat instead of fighting openly for many years. They didn't fight openly for many years, but they fight indirectly or as a proxy war, like a nuclear program. The issue that Iran is developing the nuclear program like the Palestinian Islamic Jihad also. And militant, I think Syria was also on the block of Russia, or I think Iran, and that Bashar al-Assad, or that main leader fled to Russia. Okay, at that time Palestinian also. These were the main thing they were against. Okay, and another main reason was the nuclear program. Okay, now Iran is developing the nuclear program. Okay, there is only one country on Middle East that has nuclear warhead is Israel. So I think they have around 80 something like that. And then they were I think they developed nuclear weapon before North Korea. In my point of view, North Korea was the last country to develop nuclear weapon. At present time, Iran is trying to prepare. It could threaten the Israel existence also, and then Iran tried to insist in nuclear program for the peaceful purpose such as energy production, but Israel and several Western countries remain skeptical, and they take a concern, and Israel has taken action using the cyber attack also, intelligent operation also, and various air strike targeting Iranian linked military facility in the country like Syria also. Then nuclear issue continued to be central. Okay, now the discussion was also based on the nuclear program also. Now, at the present time also, this is the real issue that the war is happening between Israel and Iran. The conflict is happening between them now. Now, military aggression also. We'll just discuss about this. Around 90% Iranian people used to support on their nuclear energy. I think Iran is so rich on oil and gas reserve, and they are trying to develop the sustainable resources or another energy source on nuclear program also. So they are trying to make nuclear energy as a source of energy also. Then um, 75% of Israeli people used to fear from nuclear threat from Israel. If the nuclear war happen, then no one will be safe in the world. Okay, and at last people will have to fight with stone to each other also. Then Middle East, now military aggression, they were completely opposite side. Then the tension has also escalated, and direct attack. There has been a missile attack, drone attack, and air strike between the two sides, and especially involving an Iranian target in Syria and Israel also. There was not a full-scale war, but the tension has been increased. And next reason is about the regional power also. Who will be the regional power in that region also? That was the thing. Okay, this Middle East region only Israel has the nuclear weapon, but now Iran is trying to develop that also regional power. Both Iran and yeah, Israel both are the powerful nation. Iran has expanded its influence like Syria and Iraq and Lebanon. Like Israel sees this expansion as a threat because if this country expanded, then there will be threat for the Israel also for its security also. So there was the competition for regional dominance, which increased the distrust and military readiness on the both side also. Now United States is playing the crucial role from giving the separate land to the Israel and then helping military and economically also. They are providing various aid from their Senate to Israel also. Now the United States play an important role in this tension also. Now US is a very strong ally of Israel and it provides the military and financial support. Now, Iran, meanwhile, has the tense relation with the United States for the decade. Its global involvement makes the conflict more complex. So that conflict is becoming more complex and which increases the risk of wider regional war. Also, there will be the very wide regional war between these nations. Now, economic and global impact. Now, Iran has GDP around, I think, 400 billion, but Israel has around 700 to 800. They are not in perfect match, but around okay. So there was an tension in the effect like the oil market. Iran produced very high amount of oil after it. It has quite high oil reservoir than Venezuela. I think after Venezuela, it has high oil reservoir. Then international trade route also. Then regional stability. There should be the regional stability, and any escalation in the conflict can impact the whole oil prices, and it can create the economic uncertainty worldwide also. Now, because of the Iran strategic location near the shipping route, also there was a war. Okay. Hope all of you have understood about this, how war is happening in this country. Okay, now at last we are on the conclusion. There was an ideological difference between these two nations. They are very different thought. One is liberalized and democratic country, and another one is Islamic state or the autocratic. Just like an autocratic nation, proxy war means indirect support to their allied nation like US used to support on Israel, then that Iran used to support Lebanon, Syria. That nuclear program also, if the Iran developed the nuclear program, there will be the balanced power between these nation. If there was only the nuclear weapon for Israel, then there will be the no balanced power. So Iran also wanted to balance its power also. Then regional power who can influence on the region was also the main reason. Then US involvement. US is always on that role, providing the continuous support to the Israel and providing military and financial aid so that they can expand it further also. So hope all of you have understood about this. And I think war is not benefit. It does not provide any benefit for anyone. So we have to live on peace. We have to always think for the humanity, for the peace and prosperity of the humanity. If the humanity did not happen, then why we are being a human? We should have the kindness also. so that most of the people we should have the virtue of treating people with kindness, and we have to live in cooperation so that there will be no war. So always say no to war, because war is not benefit. War does not benefit for everyone, no one also. So we have to understand about this. These politicians are playing the very important role. They are trying to manipulate our mind so that they will they will stay in their power if they didn't manipulate their citizen, like in democratic nation in Israel and United States. They came into power through election, so that if they didn't complete it, if they didn't go of their promises also, then they will not stay in the power. So they are trying to just do that. So we all the people have to be aware about this. If the person dying, if the person died on Israel is also a human, and if the person died on Iran is also human. So there is the loss for the humanity. So we don't have to fight for each other. So we always have to live on peace and prosperity. But the religion was also originated from same thing. I think Christianity, Jewish, and Islam was also originated from the that point in Jerusalem. Okay, that was an important thing for everyone. These religion were called the Abrahamic religion, like our religion, Hinduism, then Buddhism, then various tradition in Japanese also Confucianism. Okay, then Sikh also that people join people usually. Okay, that the religion, but this religion originated from that reason. I think Jerusalem was a strategic point for all these three. Okay. So hope all of you have understood my point, and there may not be very good fluency on my language as I am not a native English speaker, but I'm making you understandable about what I'm saying you about this. Okay, so hope all of you got it my point. Have a great day.